local hospitals.
Excuse me. Hi, Special Agent Sawyer with the FBI. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
They found one that treated a patient for severe cuts to the hand on the evening of the Londonderry bank robbery.
Good, thank you.
Records showed the patient's name was Ned Davis, a known Charlestown bankrobber.
I'll look at a few pictures. Did I have of him? Is this?
As she looked through the mugshots, including the photos of Davis, she didn't recognize him.
Good look, man. No one looks familiar.
They then showed the nurse mugshots of other known bank robbers with whom Davis was known to associate.
The gentleman who came in here with the hand injury?
She identified Anthony Shea as the man she treated.
This is him. Are you sure? This is the man who came in?
Yes.
Back in Charlestown, surveillance teams picked up on Shea. He had bandaged hands, further suggesting Shea was the masked robber in Londonderry. Anthony Shea knew he was being watched. Hudson Police Sergeant Ray Mello no longer bothered to be discreet in his surveillance.
We wanted to make it very uncomfortable for them to move around. We wanted them to know that we were trying to watch what they were doing.
Investigators turned to the evidence they had discovered on the night the armored car guards were found murdered. Someone had torched a car in Revere, Massachusetts. Inside the trunk was a series of important pieces of evidence, all tied to the armored car heist in Hudson, New Hampshire. Whoever burnt the car was part of the gang who killed the guards. But the car could not be linked to the owner because he asserted it had been stolen. Investigators thought someone was holding back key information. They needed Mark Wendell to talk. FBI Special Agent Jim Haskell used the most powerful weapon they had.
The greatest tool in penetrating the code of silence was the federal grand jury system itself, where individuals can be brought in to testify, and they can either refuse to testify, or if they do testify and they testify falsely, then they can be charged with an additional crime of perjury.
When Mark Wendell was brought before a grand jury, he repeated the same story he told investigators, even though he was now under oath. He said he accepted the stolen white car from the dealership, but someone had stolen it from him the next morning. The manager of the car lot did not tell the same story. Prosecutor David Vicinanzo caught Wendell.
Turns out Mark Wendell lied under oath, and we were able to prove it. We indicted him for perjury and obstruction of justice, charged him, took him to trial, and convicted him. Mark Wendell, because of the seriousness of the crime, received a sentence of 10 years in the federal prison.
But the gang was starting to feel the pressure of the investigation and was beginning to self-destruct. One of the suspected robbers, Matthew McDonald, put himself behind bars. He was arrested for spousal battery, a violation of his parole. With McDonald in jail, investigators kept up surveillance on his partner, Anthony Shea. August 8th, 1995. Agents observed Shea and another man stealing an SUV. They couldn't be sure whether it was a start of something bigger, so they kept a close watch on him. They knew the Charlestown crew used stolen vehicles in all of their robberies.
It's going to be Massachusetts tag 779, Oscar Charlie Charlie.
He called in the license plate numbers on the accomplice's pickup truck. It was also stolen. As the agent watched the suspects pre-position a getaway vehicle, they were certain another robbery was imminent. The only question was where.
get them, guys. They're going to do this.
As a precaution, the agent called for backup and asked SWAT to assist.
Taking another left. The bank's right around the corner from here.
98 still southbound on aim. It's coming up to 10. 10-4.
When the suspects turned into the parking lot of a Wakefield, Massachusetts bank, the agents and SWAT confronted them. The man with Anthony Shea was identified as Ned Davis, the name Shea gave when he was treated for cuts to his hand. Agents recovered a pistol from Shea. They discovered more incriminating evidence in the stolen vehicle. With several of the 5 suspects arrested, investigators still needed more evidence to arrest the remaining 3. The evidence came to them. Agents tied Mark Wendell to a burned-out stolen white car linked to the Hudson murders. He accepted a 10-year sentence for perjury rather than violate Charlestown's code of silence. But now Wendell was having second thoughts.
He's a guy that never been to prison before. The idea of going to jail for 10 years was a very scary prospect. Within days, Wendell's lawyer called me and said he wants to talk.
Are you still willing?
Wendell told investigators he had given the white car to Michael O'Halloran.
If I can help you with... I need to come.
He asserted O'Halloran did not tell him in advance what he was going to do with it.
I lent the car to Mikey
The
O'Halloran.
next time he saw the car, it was on television and on fire.
He said he needed it for an errand. He didn't tell me what he was going to...
Wendell panicked and called O'Halloran, who told him it had been used in the Hudson robbery.
He came by, I gave him the keys, and that's the last I saw...
Prosecutors convinced Wendell to testify in exchange for the possibility of a reduced sentence.
What else did you know?
Even with his testimony, they still needed more cooperating witnesses to make their case. But the streets of Charlestown remained quiet.
Good job you did out the case.
The one way to break the code of silence would be to get Anthony Shea to inadvertently break it himself.
You're kidding me, huh?
They recruited a prisoner named Keith Franklin for the task.
Because the 2 of them had both had a long robbery history, they talked a lot. Now, Franklin is the kind of guy who, because of his own criminal history, is going to be in jail for a long time. And what the federal government has is, even for incarcerated people who cooperate, is a witness protection program.
Franklin agreed to wear a wire. FBI agents fitted him inside the prison. He was placing himself in grave danger. If Shea found out he was working with the feds, Franklin would be killed.
You did it with the Hudson job? Let me tell you something. It was the best thing in the world.
Shea told him about not only the Hudson robbery, but also an armored car that he and his crew, meaning Stephen Burke, O'Halloran, and Matthew McDonald, had done in Lynn, Massachusetts, had done in Seabrook, New Hampshire, and other robberies throughout New England.
Thanks to the information gathered from Franklin's wire, investigators believed they had enough evidence to arrest the remaining 3 suspects, Stephen Burke, Michael O'Halloran, and Patrick McGonigal. On June 3rd, 1996, investigators planned to take all 3 into custody in a series of synchronized arrests. An assault team surrounded Michael O'Halloran's home. Agents phoned him and told him to come out. He was known as the quiet, disciplined member of the Charlestown crew. He lived up to his reputation. The planner, Patrick McGonigal, was arrested without incident.
Stay right there. Don't move.
The final suspect, Stephen Burke, concerned the arresting officers.
We had heard through informants and witnesses that Stephen Burke had said he was never going back to jail again, and that he would shoot it out rather than go to jail.
They're not doing anything.
The assault teams prepared for the worst.
You have a 1 in 80 million chance of getting bitten by a shark. What are the odds it gets caught on film? For the first time in Shark Week history, an underwater film crew captures the unthinkable. Witness the most extraordinary shark footage ever seen. Anatomy of a Shark Bite, tonight at 9, only on the Discovery Channel. Parental guidance is suggested.
I'm not sure where these seats are.
Who cares? At least they're free. No wonder they were free.
You never know when an opportunity will turn out golden. Like at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. You'll find incredible values on all your favorite Lexus vehicles.
Going once, going twice, sold for $2 million. Congratulations, sir.
See your Lexus dealer.
Are you embarrassed with unsightly hair? Getting rid of it really hurts. Introducing the IGEA Microtrim Hair Remover, the fast, pain-free way to remove unwanted hair anywhere. This incredible pen-size hair remover easily removes unwanted hair from your upper lip or erases embarrassing chin hair in seconds. IGEA Microtrim is gentle enough for the delicate facial areas, but strong enough to even remove the toughest coarse hair. Stop painful tweezing and plucking. Just attach the eyebrow shaper and painlessly sculpt beautiful eyebrows quickly and easily. You can even get rid of the unibrow. And look, it's completely safe for sensitive skin. So gentle, you can even trim the baby's hair. The secret is the gentle trimmer that uses precision micro technology that erases all unwanted hair anywhere in just seconds. Now you can go from overgrown to perfectly sculpted, or from out of control to smooth and sexy. Shaving delicate bikini area leaves irritating stubble, bumps, and ingrown hairs. But IGEA Microtrim is specially built and designed for sensitive areas to gently clean away the hair. Quick and painless hair removal is finally at your fingertips. It's even great for guys. Trim the hairline, touch up your beard or sideburns, all in just seconds with perfect precision every time. Now magically remove hair from the lip or chin. Erase hair from all your delicate areas, toes, ankles, or knees. You'll get the IGEA Microtrim complete with eyebrow attachment. And it even comes with this cleaning brush, all for just $19.95. And if you call right now, we'll give you the Wrap and Dry hair towel free. You'll also get the lighted 5x magnification mirror, perfect for applying makeup or contacts. Yours free. And you'll love this. Call now and get a second set for free. That's 2 micro trims, 2 5x magnification mirrors, and 2 Wrap and Dry hair towels. You get it all for only $19.95. That's 2 for the price of 1, but you must call right now.
Call 1-800-421-2226 to order 2 complete sets of IGEA Microtrim for only $19.95. That's 2 microtrims, 2 hair towels, and 2 mirrors for only $19.95. Call 1-800-421-2226.
Are you embarrassed with unsightly hair? Introducing the IGEA Microtrim Hair Remover, the fast, pain-free way to remove unwanted hair anywhere. IGEA Microtrim is gentle enough for the delicate facial areas, but strong enough to even remove the toughest coarse hair. Stop painful tweezing and plucking. Just attach the eyebrow shaper and painlessly sculpt beautiful eyebrows quickly and easily. The secret is the gentle trimmer that uses precision micro technology that erases all unwanted hair anywhere in just seconds. It's even great for guys. Trim the hairline, touch up your beard or sideburns. And if you call right now, we'll give you the Wrap and Dry hair towel free. You'll also get the lighted 5x magnification mirror. And you'll love this. Call now and get a second set for free. That's 2 micro trims, 2 5x magnification mirrors, and 2 Wrap and Dry hair towels. You get it all for only $19.95, but you must call right now.
Call 1-800-421-2226 to order 2 complete sets for only $19.95. That's 2 microtrims, 2 mirrors, and 2 Wrap and Dry hair towels.
Are you embarrassed with unsightly hair? Getting rid of it really hurts. Introducing the IGEA Microtrim Hair Remover, the fast, pain-free way to remove unwanted hair anywhere. This incredible pen-size hair remover easily removes unwanted hair from your upper lip or erases embarrassing chin hair in seconds. IGEA Microtrim is gentle enough for the delicate facial areas, but strong enough to even remove the toughest coarse hair. Stop painful tweezing and plucking. Just attach the eyebrow shaper and painlessly sculpt beautiful eyebrows quickly and easily. You can even get rid of the unibrow. And look, it's completely safe for sensitive skin. So gentle, you can even trim the baby's hair. The secret is the gentle trimmer that uses precision micro technology that erases all unwanted hair anywhere in just seconds. Now you can go from overgrown to perfectly sculpted, or from out of control to smooth and sexy. Shaving delicate bikini area leaves irritating stubble, bumps, and ingrown hairs. But IGEA Microtrim is specially built and designed for sensitive areas to gently clean away the hair. Quick and painless hair removal is finally at your fingertips. It's even great for guys. Trim the hairline, touch up your beard or sideburns, all in just seconds with perfect precision every time. Now magically remove hair from the lip or chin. Erase hair from all your delicate areas, toes, ankles, or knees. You'll get the IGEA Microtrim complete with eyebrow attachment. And it even comes with this cleaning brush, all for just $19.95. And if you call right now, we'll give you the Wrap and Dry hair towel free. You'll also get the lighted 5x magnification mirror, perfect for applying makeup or contacts. Yours free. And you'll love this. Call now and get a second set for free. That's 2 Microtrims, 2 5x magnification mirrors, and 2 Wrap and Dry hair towels. You get it all for only $19.95. That's 2 for the price of 1, but you must call right now.
Call 1-800-421-2226 to order 2 complete sets of IGEA Microtrim for only $19.95. That's 2 Microtrims, 2 hair towels, and 2 mirrors for only $19.95. Call 1-800-421-2226.
Well, I'm here in Virginia Beach at the Back Bay National Wildlife Refuge.
Home of migratory birds.
And other wildlife.
Yeah, one of the many things to do here during the cool season. You folks seen a lot of action?
Oh, yes. We saw some red-bellied woodpeckers.
White-breasted nuthatches.
No, I meant here in Virginia Beach, like golf, museums.
Yesterday we went to the...
Virginia Marine Science Museum.
Yeah, that's great. You want to make sure you're getting your vacation's worth. And, by the way, nice hats. They sell those at the gift shop?
3,000 years ago, she was erased from history. Now, forensic science brings her back.
Taking a whole multidisciplinary field deep into a tomb and being able to sit on the spot and work out the science. That's not been done before.
Forensic science is not only detailing Nefertiti's death, but her life as well.
It may be very interesting to get DNA and sort of try and piece together a family.
And it's the detective side of it as well. So we're finding things that nobody knew about.
New digital X-ray technology was adapted specifically for the expedition.
Well, by using new technology, the image is an electronic image. It goes straight into the computer and it's much more flexible than conventional X-ray film.
The facts and the evidence that is coming out of using this digital X-raying, I think it's going to prove a completely new, fascinating find about Queen Nefertiti.
Nefertiti Resurrected, next Sunday at 9. A Discovery Channel Quest special, made possible in part by GMC.
The FBI in Boston spent 2 years building their case against the Charlestown underworld. Now they were preparing for the synchronized arrests of 3 remaining suspects, wanted for the execution-style murders of 2 New Hampshire armored car couriers and several other robberies. 2 of the remaining suspects had been arrested without incident. The final suspect, Stephen Burke, said he'd shoot it out before going to jail.
You guys get ready to bail out. He's coming out. See him in the windshield.
98, into the bottom, into the bottom. 518 Alpha 853. 518 Alpha 853.
All right, let's go, guys. Jump, jump.
But caught off guard, Burke was forced to take his chances in court. Hudson Police Chief Richard Gendron was impressed by the way the arrests went down.
One by one, they were all taken out. It was a very efficient operation. They were taken out so quickly they didn't know what was coming.
Although all 5 suspects were now in custody, they remained tight-lipped about their involvement in the Hudson murders. Prosecutors did not know who fired the execution-style rounds into the armored car crew. They They couldn't charge the suspects with the murder of the Hudson guards. Instead, they charged them with conspiracy.
You can show that this is not something that's a one-shot deal, but something that for which there's a pattern, a conscious design to actually rob to make money as a crew, as a continuing threat, an ongoing enterprise.
Their trial started on September 24th, 1997, at United States District Court of New Hampshire. Prison inmate Keith Franklin was one of the prosecution's star witnesses.
I like to play them for the court.
He wore a wire in prison, allowing the investigators to record conversations he had with Anthony Shea. The prosecution corroborated eyewitness testimony with forensic evidence. The mask found inside the armored truck in which Wes Anderson was murdered was tested for DNA evidence.
That man is sitting right back there in the brass.
Saliva swabbed from inside the mask was genetically linked to Stephen Burke.
Another sample here.
As investigators suspected, DNA tests on the blood found on the broken glass at the Londonderry Bank matched Anthony Shea.
We have a shirt from prison.
The Boston Bandits t-shirt found in the burned white Mazda was part of a uniform for a softball team at a prison in which Stephen Burke served. In the end, Shea, Burke, O'Halloran, and McDonald were found guilty and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. For his supporting role, Patrick McGonigal was sentenced to 30 years, making him 87 years old before he will be released. For Chief Gendron, the realization his investigation was over brought great relief.
The day that the judge read the verdict and sentenced these individuals to life in prison without any chance of parole, and seeing the expressions on the family members, I tell you, made it all worth it.
The residents of Hudson will not soon forget the tragedy this gang of thieves brought to their town. In all, investigators estimated the men were involved in over 100 bank robberies or armored car heists. In 1997, when the gang was behind bars, the number dwindled to 2. Today, Charlestown's code of silence isn't what it used to be.
Other robbers saw that there was so much heat brought to bear on this neighborhood. They knew that it was never going to be the same again. They saw some of these people who were respected bank robbers, who no one ever expected to talk, beginning to talk. And once those guys started to talk, all of a sudden the code was broken and other people began to talk. And while there are still some robberies that emanate from Charlestown, it has never been the same since.
The crime rate in Charlestown has plummeted. Thanks to law enforcement's tireless efforts, the code of silence has been shattered.
Cody's old school bike is nearly complete. For the next project, what daring design does Paul Jr. have up his sleeve? Find out next on American Chopper. Be sure to log on to discovery.com to view all the Tuttle's custom creations.